Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is here, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. Guys, I was shocked to see Scientology get dragged into what for the last couple days has been a major trending viral topic. And it came to my attention in a very weird way. This is unfortunately a dispute between a husband and a wife, or an ex-husband and an ex-wife. And this situation got worldwide attention long before Scientology was ever dragged into the conversation. And when something this big has Scientology dragged into it, and then I find out that the parties involved live right here in Clearwater, Florida. One of the guys is an eye doctor whose office is literally 2 miles from my house. And that's not even 2 miles as the crow flies. That's 2 miles on the roads. I at least had to comment on it because Scientology has been dragged into this. And I think that aspect of it deserves to be commented on. So this all started when someone named Elizabeth, I guess the media has said that her name is Elizabeth Teckenbrock. She had a TikTok that went super mega viral. I mean, I think right now it's got 47 million views. And it was a TikTok. She basically recorded herself crying while making cupcakes. And I have the audio on this turned off because it's got copyrighted music on it. It's only a 30-second video. It says being a single mom is making your own birthday cake on your birthday so that your babies can feel. Barb, you're on screen.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right. Okay. Barb, come up in here and cussing all over the place like a dang truck driver. Barb? You guys can get your Barb merch in the merch store. Oh, you couldn't have written it better. Okay. So the TikTok is literally, like I said, a 30-second video of her saying, being a single mom is making your own birthday cake on your birthday so that your babies can feel happy they are singing to you. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this TikTok, it was actually because Yahoo, I pull up Yahoo News and I look at all the things. What looks interesting, what looks clickable, what's got a headline that grabs my interest. And the headline said that viral TikTok sensation. Well, her ex-husband has something to say. I was like, oh, what's going on here? And so I didn't see this video until her husband had already issued some sort of public response to it. Now, I had a thought when I saw the video as a part of the public response. My thought was, if you're a single parent, Barb, let's not bring the comments up on the screen until the end, please. Okay. All right. If you're a single parent and it's your birthday and you have kids, I got 3 kids of my own. I feel like I would be happy to be making the cake if I knew I was doing it because my kids were just going to be so thrilled to sing happy birthday to me. That to me sounds like an awesome reason to make a cake, because what grown-ass adult is going to make a cake for themselves on their birthday for no reason? Like, the fact that a single parent might make themselves a birthday cake just so that their kids can get the pleasure of singing them happy birthday sounds like an unbelievably loving and caring thing and a fun thing for a parent to do. I didn't understand the tears. And I also don't understand setting up a phone just to record yourself crying. Now, I'm the last guy to make fun of people for crying in videos. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying setting up a phone just so that you can record yourself crying and, and sobbing while wiping away the tears while just struggling through to make a birthday cake. Like, I did not have a good reaction to that video. I should say I did not have good thoughts in response to seeing that video. Okay. So then the husband did a response video. Now, this doesn't have copyrighted music on it, so I'm more inclined to share audio on this. Let's see if this works. real quick. And I'm not going to play the whole 2-minute response because it's after this that the sign that she brings, she does a response to her ex-husband's response. And she says that he's a Scientologist and that's why he's attacking her the way that he is. So, oh gosh, darn it. I really don't want to play even 1 second of that music because YouTube is brutal about it. So I'm going to turn the audio off on it. Okay. So I'm going to, gosh, diggity darn it. Okay, here we go. So he basically says, he jumps on and he basically says, yeah, about my ex-wife. She doesn't have custody of our kids. I have sole custody, complete custody at all times. Now he didn't say that she doesn't see the kids. He says, I have sole custody. And then he says that she has certain things that she has to do before she can see the kids again. He says she owes $21,000 in child support. He said in court, it came up that she stole nearly $1 million from some other guy. He provides some evidence. He says that for a whole period, she was faking having cancer. And he basically is calling BS on his ex-wife. Now, I had some negative reactions to his response as well. And here's what my thoughts were on it. I was like, nobody knows who your wife is or your ex. Nobody knows who she is. She didn't bring her kids into the video. She didn't mention you. She didn't say you were a bad guy. I mean, no one knows you exist. And it seems like the only thing that got you upset is that your ex-wife, who might be everything you're saying she is, she might be an absolute criminal lunatic. But it seems like the only thing you're upset about is she had a viral 30-second TikTok video, which is like, who gives a shit? What does that have to do with anything? And to respond, it's one thing if her video went viral while talking about him, but that's not what happened. It's one thing if she went viral, like pretending that she was some full-time mother working a single job. That's not what happened. So I was like, ew, dude. Even if everything in your video you're saying is true, it seems like you're just pissed off that she had a video that went crazy viral. All right. She responded. Okay. And she responded by calling him a Scientologist. And I was like, what? Now, I have, well, two things to say about this. One, I've been able to get absolutely zero independent verification that this guy is a Scientologist. However, he does have a website that he put up about her that does have some links to a Scientology site that, in my opinion, almost nobody but a Scientologist would do that, with one exception. And I'm going to explain that exception. But before I do, I will show you. I want you to see in her words what she said on this.
I want to first start this video by saying this is not to bring a single bit of hate to Andrew, and I will never do that. I haven't done that on my page before, and I won't do it now.
I know you guys don't need to hear me lecture you or stop this video every 3 seconds, but this girl and the videos that she does, I'm just going to give you my opinion. I should have just let it play, but I got to give you my opinion. When someone puts out content and half the content contradicts the other half of the content, I can't, that's about all the red flags that I need. So for her to start out by saying, I've never put anything out on the internet to steer hate towards Andrew, and I would never do that, except she spends the rest of the video doing that. So, I mean, speaking from experience, that's about all the red flags that I need, but let's keep hearing what she's got to say.
No, my page and it went, hi. I want to first start this video by saying this is not to bring a single bit of hate to Andrew, and I will never do that. I haven't done that on my page before, and I won't do it now, no matter who he is, which has always been the case because I will never bring the parent of my children down, because that's not okay for them.
But here you go.
Putting the things on the internet for my kids to one day see because of who he is. I will never do it for them because it's not the right thing to do. And Andrew has created websites, TikToks, essentially everything since I left him. I think that is probably the Scientologist aspect of his life. If you go on the website, there's actually Scientologist links that he's added there. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that, but getting out of a Scientologist mindset in a relationship is not a good thing and not an easy thing. Andrew is extremely abusive.
Okay, just so you guys know, I'm seeing someone in the chat that says, I think you're on the wrong side of this. I am not on either side of this. I promise you that. All I was making was a statement that is a statement of fact, and I'll say it 10 times and I'll never backtrack on it. When someone is saying anything and half of what they say directly contradicts everything else they say, that's all the red flags that I need. Now, they could both be full of red flags. They could both be absolute lunatics. I have no idea. I am not claiming that she's the one who's right and he's the one who's wrong. All I'm saying is her video is the one where half of her video contradicts the other half, and his video didn't do that. His video just put out information. Now, his information could be false, but I have no way of knowing that. I haven't done background research deeper than what either party involved here has put out publicly. The information that she has put out, half of it contradicts the other half. And that's a red flag. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Okay. And I only wanted to show you enough of that video to see the words that she used, because I'll tell you, she actually stopped short of saying he is a Scientologist. Anybody could be easily forgiven for hearing what she said. And she essentially said he is a Scientologist, but she did not, in fact, say he is a Scientologist. Okay. I think that because they live in Clearwater, I think she does understand that one could easily connect dots and associate him with Scientology. For someone to be a Scientologist, there's usually a lot of evidence that this is the case. And I've looked at all where all my normal sources would be to determine if someone's in Scientology. I've not yet found anything linking this guy to Scientology. But here is the website that he put up. I don't know if it says exactly when this website went up. It doesn't. Now look, anytime that you've got to put a website up, or you feel the need to put a website up about your ex-wife, I'm sorry, something does not smell right here, guys. Something does not smell right here at all. The only reason I'm showing you this website is because this is where people are getting the idea, or this is the only circumstantial evidence that this dude has a connection to Scientology. Okay. Apparently she goes by several names: Elizabeth Teckenbrock, Nicole Weekly, or Myra Teckenbrock. Okay. There is a link here, guys. I don't even know what, like the website's crap, right? So what does it say here? Oh, okay. I guess it's just a bunch of links documenting her criminal history and things that she's been accused of, including lying about cancer and stuff like that. Okay. Look at step number 10 here, guys. I'm going to zoom in on it. Finally, readers are asked to look up the third-party law for their own education. Guys, nobody but a Scientologist is going to link to a web page out of the Scientology handbook to an article about the third-party law, which is one of the most basic and fundamental principles in Scientology that you learn at the very, very early levels, that for any conflict to remain on unresolved and unhandleable, there has to be an unseen and undetected third party that is fomenting the conflict between both sides. Now, on some level, that might seem like a pretty insightful thing, to be aware of, that, if two people that care each other suddenly turn on each other, and, chances are someone's stirring shit up. There's another way of looking at this. I can tell you that during my time in Scientology, the third party law tended to be something that got used to gaslight people into feeling like they didn't have a legitimate reason to be upset with other people in the organization for things that they should legitimately be upset about. So person A is upset with person B. Person B might have been a horrible, horrible person, and person A is just upset. Well, someone comes in and tries to make peace and go, who's the hidden third party? Now, of course, in that case, the perpetrator of the things that created the upset, it's sort of a get out of jail free card. Nobody could ever legitimately be upset with me unless there was some unknown and unseen person spreading lies in the ears of both parties. So it's one of those things where this third party law, it has some applicability. In practice, it's usually used more of a gaslighting technique. No one other than a Scientologist would link to this page. Okay, then why did I say I have absolutely no evidence that this guy has any association with Scientology? Here's the kicker, guys. He's an eye doctor. He might as well be a chiropractor or a dentist. Guys, when you are in one of these professional fields, chiropractor, dentist, physical therapist, eye doctor, maybe financial advisor, these are the people who get sucked into the Scientology business consulting front groups. And it is this lower level Scientology data that they get fed through various courses delivered through these consulting companies that have been compiled by a Scientology front group called the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises, or WISE. Now, this is how you could wind up with a Clearwater guy who's a professional, who isn't actually a Scientologist. You could wind up with him looking like he's got a bunch of ties to Scientology. Now, guys, he may or may not be tied to Scientology, but one of the reasons I wanted to do this video is because this is something that could be very easily put to rest and proven. And so this issue of whether he is or is not involved in Scientology is relevant because she said it. And if she's lying about that, that would be important. Now, if she's telling the truth about that, that would also be important. But this could easily be put to rest, because if Andrew Cormier, by the way, her name's Elizabeth Teckenbrock, but his name is Andrew Cormier, Dr. Andrew Cormier. He's an eye doctor. If Andrew Cormier is a Scientologist, he would never in a million years be able to talk to me, come on my show, talk to me privately, talk to me publicly, come on, do an interview here with me. Never. It wouldn't even be a possibility. If Andrew Cormier is not a Scientologist, then Andrew, I invite you to come on with me, do a live chat with me here on YouTube, or we can pre-record it if you would prefer. And let me ask you about the Scientology angle. Let me ask you why she's saying this. Does she just know that this would be that Scientology is so hated in our community that it would hurt you for her to say that? Or does she know, is this a way for her to deflect? I mean, you did put up a website about your ex-wife. So people know that Scientology puts up websites to hate on people who criticize them. So is she trying to mention Scientology just to sort of deflect attention away from the potential truth of what's on the website? And I guess you might go, why the hell would I want to come on with you? If you want to just completely annihilate the rumor that you're a Scientologist and the attack against, what is her name again? Elizabeth, is somehow either being orchestrated by Scientology or is being done by you because you're acting like Scientology, I will gladly help you put that issue to rest if that is in fact false. And I guess on the other hand, I'm not going to lie, I feel a little weird even offering, but Elizabeth, if for any reason you think you would benefit from coming on with me and explaining about the Scientology stuff, like for example, if Andrew Cormier is a Scientologist, he'll never come on with me. And Elizabeth, if he really is a Scientologist, then I'd like to talk about that. So if his Scientology involvement has some, now look, just because he's a Scientologist does not make him the bad guy and her the good guy either. Please don't get this twisted. Being a Scientologist does not automatically make you a good guy or a bad guy. Being the ex, same goes. But when I saw Scientology get dragged into something that was as big and viral as this, and when I heard that this dude is 2 miles down the street from me, I said, oh, this is a piece of cake. We can actually advance the story forward. And who better to vouch for a dude not being a Scientologist than this guy right here? And you know, even Elizabeth, even if you wanted to come on, it's like, I'm just saying, like, just because your ex-husband, just in the event that he's a Scientologist, that doesn't just, you know, give you a pat, like, that doesn't just make you the angel and him the devil. So that's why I'm saying, if you think you would benefit from coming on with me, if you want to come on with me, I would extend that invitation to you. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. Oh, this is why it was such a coincidence to me. And I wonder if somehow the online algorithm is getting insanely smart. Maybe that AI capability is seeping in. When I first saw this article, I was like, I had to run out the door in 15 minutes. I was just sitting here in front of my computer. I pulled this up and I saw this whole drama thing of, you know, she goes viral, 40 million views. He pops out of nowhere, said she's a liar, she's a criminal, she faked cancer. I was like, damn, that's some drama right there. Holy Jesus. And then it wasn't 2 hours later. This was yesterday afternoon. It wasn't 2 hours later, I started getting emails from you guys saying, you're not going to believe this. There's this woman out here and this stuff's going down. And she's saying he's a Scientologist. I was like, wow. So that's it, guys. We'll see with who knows? Maybe in the next day or two, we'll be doing a chat with either Andrew Cormier or Elizabeth Teckenbrock. I'm happy to do either one. All right, guys, let's see. I am looking over. I got Barb, as you guys know. I have the one and only, the lovely Barb in the back office helping me start comments. Hello, Barb. Would you like me to bring you on screen real quick, Barb? Hey, Barb.
Shut up.
All right.
Dang it.
All right, bye. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Let's look at your guys' comments here. Crying while making a cake. Come on. I agree with you. I'm not, all sorts of red flags is what I'm saying. Okay, Melissa McDonald. I thought the same thing. Not that she may be upset, but that she take the time to set up a camera to record it. Yeah. Grooms Pups 315. I get my birthday cakes from the day old bakery section at Stop and Shop. Yes. Canadian girl. Making myself a cake is fine, but buying your own Christmas gifts so your kids don't feel bad that you're getting nothing is worse. Okay, let's see. Cassie Isaac. I can understand being upset and hurt, but still has to do the thing. But I don't get people in general recording themselves crying. I feel a little silly criticizing anyone for recording themselves crying because I've been known to cry, you know, a time or two in a video now and then. But I don't set up the camera and then record and then edit it and then upload it. And I mean, I do my stuff live streams, you know, that's my excuse. Bad Girl Gone Good. He's got an entire TikTok page devoted to bashing her. I feel like he is a Scientologist. And again, I hope I'm being clear. I don't know that he's not. It's my gut feeling right now that this is someone who's been involved in the Scientology business consulting offshoot of Scientology. That's my gut. That's nothing. It's nothing more than that. And look, whether he is or is not a Scientologist, I think it's very, very strange and in very bad taste that he's got an entire website and an account dedicated to bashing his ex-wife. Like, it doesn't seem to be a proportionate reaction to anything that's going on. I'm making all these statements. I don't know anything about these two's private life. But even if you've got legal stuff going on, document. But what's the point of putting it on a website? I just don't know. I don't know. I got opinions about it. I got feelings about it. Bad Girl Gone Good. He's been making videos about it for years. It looks like something a Scientologist would do. But you see, I disagree with you. It looks like something Scientology would do. It is not normal for Scientologists to do something like that. And I got to tell you, it's also not normal for a Scientologist to insert themselves into a public scandal in a way that would bring negative attention on Scientology. That would be really, really frowned upon. That would be a really big no-no. It's one of the reasons I think this guy's not a Scientologist. This was a huge unforced error. Just because your ex-wife does a 30-second viral TikTok doesn't mean you now have to let the world know she's a criminal, she's a deadbeat, she's fakes, can't like. It's kind of irrelevant to her TikTok going viral, isn't it? So it does seem like there's something else going on there. And I'm going to double down on this. This is not something that would be normal for a Scientologist to do. For you other former Scientologists in the live chat, please let me know. By the way, Barb, if you see as many other former Scientologists as you see in the live chat, try to star their comments so I can at least give them a shout out and see. I want your guys' opinion as former Scientologists. Do you think it would be like, be clear, don't just say yes or no. Is it insane to think that an actual Scientologist would do this? Because to me, it's batshit crazy. Scientology would do it, but a Scientologist would want to stay far away from this. Okay, AJ says, holding kids for child support is shady. Parents taking hostages, in my opinion. As a mom, I never did that. Oh, I agree. If someone says you can't see the kids because you're behind on child support, I think that is of the devil. That is horrendous. And it's not clear to me if that's what he's done, by the way. It's not even clear to me from what she has said that that's what he's done. She claims that she sees her kids. There was something he said that made it seem like she had to do some steps before she could see the kids again. But she was singing a different tune. So who knows, guys? We just don't know. Eat more pizza now. Not going to bring the hate, but here's the hate. Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately, if you know what I'm saying. Confident Chris, he disconnected from her. But did he? If you disconnect from someone, generally speaking, let me think about this. No. If their kids are still children, which it's clear that they are, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to call it right now. I'm calling it right now. And if I have to apologize for it, I will later. This guy is not a Scientologist. There is an entire section of the information in Scientology about disconnecting from people and not disconnecting from people that says, and I understand this stuff doesn't always get applied the way it should. It says, if sparks will fly, do not disconnect. And if these two still share, well, they don't share custody, but they share children, and the children are underage. And it sounds like she's capable of getting custody back sometime in the future if she does X, Y, and Z. There's no way this guy's a Scientologist. There is no way an ethics officer would let this guy put up a whole freaking website dedicated to essentially discrediting and destroying his ex-wife. I'm not making excuses for Scientology here. I'm not saying they're not capable of doing horrible things. I'm not saying they and their people, and they're not capable of giving horrible advice and making horrible decisions. But and there's always going to be an exception. I could be completely confident of something and I could be wrong. But given the information that I have, and given just going off my experience, I think there is a 0% chance a Scientology ethics officer would let this guy put up and maintain a website antagonizing his ex-wife, and that would let him do a TikTok. You want to talk about antagonizing? All she did was put up a 30-second video crying, and he's basically like, she's a psychotic criminal lunatic. And he knew damn well as soon as he did that, he was going to get worldwide headlines. And he did. And he spoke to the press. Guys, Scientology would never let their members do this shit. That's so now here's what I want to know though. And Elizabeth, even if you want to come on and talk about this, I want to know why you called him a Scientologist. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm just saying. Eat More Pizza Now says, I don't hate anybody, but I hate you. Yeah, exactly. I don't hate. I don't hate. I just want peace in the world. Oh, I hate him. He's such an asshole. Batgoat says, word up, SPs. Word up, Batgoat. I feel like I have not seen you in a while. Good to see you in the chat here. The Inappropriate Heifer says, how about they both suck? Let's be honest. I mean, behaving this way publicly towards each other when you've got kids involved, no muy bueno. Blake Reed, mighty Lord, Aaron, I am so confused. Oh, I think Blake has a rub the dome emoji formula going on there. Let's see what we have here. Country Girl, good for the good for the kids to battle publicly on social media. Where are the adults and the protectors here? Yes. And look, Scientology normally gets a score of F when it comes to protecting children. In this case, if Scientology objected to what this guy was doing, it wouldn't actually be for the kids' benefit. It would be based on this idea of not creating antagonism with someone who, if he really was a Scientologist, would use her increased platform to bring tons of negative attention to Scientology. That's what I'm talking. Like, Scientology doesn't give a damn about these two kids. These two's kids. I don't know the right way to say it, guys. But if this guy was a Scientologist and Scientology is involved, they would care about protecting their own butts. And to protect their own butts, they would tell this guy, yeah, no, you're not putting up a fucking TikTok responding to your wife's viral TikTok. No, because as soon as you do that, she's going to drag Scientology into this, and she's going to drag you and your Scientology involvement into this. And it's all that guy on Growing Up in Scientology is going to talk about. And we don't want you to do that. So make no mistake, guys. It's not that Scientology cares about kids. Okay, let's see. Capricious Caroline, chapters of the Scientology handbook. You think it's Scientology? I know, guys. I know there's a chance I'm going to look like a fool. Like I said, who in the world would link to the Scientology handbook? I'll tell you who. One, a Scientologist or a non-Scientologist who's done a lot of the Scientology business consulting and thinks it's just common sense tools for how to effectively handle life. Okay. Devin Laura says, I've been waiting for you to make this video. It's confusing for me because she's definitely giving Amber Heard vibes, but he also kind of seems like a POS. I'm kind of on board with you. Ren listens. Is it fair gaming? Fair gaming, like this is a term we all sort of loosely throw out of people just going after you for essentially no reason other than they don't like you. They want to bring you down, and they'll just throw everything to the wall and see what sticks. But I reserve fair gaming really for, I guess I reserve fair gaming as using it in a special way where, L. Ron Hubbard says that if you ever criticize Scientology, it's because you have crimes that you've committed in this lifetime for which you could be imprisoned. And Scientology operatives are directed to find those crimes. And they're not small crimes. They're lurid, they're bloody, they're gruesome. And if you can't find the crimes, manufacture them. I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say everything that Andrew is saying his ex-wife has done is stuff she has done. Everything he accuses her of is something he shows, like arrest records and court records. Like Andrew provides receipts for all of his accusations. We can question why in the world he's putting those on a website, but I'm not getting the impression he's lying about his ex-wife. Just my impression, guys. What do I know? Okay. It's me, Jane says, I went to Dog Day at the big flea market. I saw 23 Dianetics books in Alabama. I was shocked. They were all never read. Thank you for joining us today. It's me, Jane. Eat More Pizza Now says, at some point their children will see what bad parents they have. It's very, very sad. It's true. Kendra Rowe says, I agree. Wise business consulting influence. Absolutely. KDB is asking, what do you mean about dentists being fronts for Scientology? It's not the dentists themselves. It's not the dentists themselves who are a front for Scientology. It's the business consulting groups like David Singer Enterprises, Measurable Solutions, Sterling Consulting. Guys, what are some of the big ones? I'm looking in the live chat. What are the big Hollander Consultants? No, Hollander was one of the old ones. Let me Google this real quick. Scientology wise consulting groups. I'm looking in the live chat, guys. If anyone sees anything, I mean, if anyone has any answers to this question, the Scientology business consulting groups, please, I'll keep an eye out. Silken Management is one of them. Why is this such a hard thing to find an answer to? All right. Anyway, moving on. Here we go. Okay. Bad Girl Gone Good. He claims that he didn't put up the website and he's not a Scientologist, but I don't believe him. Hopefully we can find out. Eat More Pizza Now, one of my fantastic moderators. TikTok is a cesspool of civilization. Change my mind. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all these platforms can be used for good. They can be used for bad. I actually see, I mean, I don't spend any time on TikTok, but there was a time when I was uploading all of my YouTube shorts also to TikTok, but that was when I was manually editing all my shorts. And now you can kind of automatically do it right from the YouTube app. But because it would take so much time to edit the shorts and because you had the resulting videos in the right aspect ratio, I would just upload them to TikTok. And so I started, TikTok started, the algorithm started working. It started showing me stuff. I think there's a lot of really fun stuff on TikTok, but I just don't spend any time on it anymore. Paul Marks says, just tuning in. It turns out that the woman in the beginning that is a single mom was a liar, and she set this up for TikTok clout. We shall see. Does it matter to you? First off, Barb. Second, when are you coming back to Los Angeles? I missed your last trip. Well, given what DOA and his friends have planned on L. Ron Hubbard Way starting June 1st, I'll definitely be there at least once in June, hopefully several times. I don't know exactly when yet, but I'll let you guys know. Okay, let's see. Alan Sanderson. Some other channels have set up Buy Me a Coffee. Some other channels have set up Buy Me a Coffee accounts for the mods. Hi, Barb. Well, I have like 15 moderators, so we're not doing that. But thank you for the shout out. Jill Davidson, thank you for the super sticker. Anon, who is a Scientologist or former Scientologist, I can't remember. Yeah, definitely not normal for an individual Scientologist to do that. Thank you very much, Anon. I appreciate it. Mother's Gary says, why am I getting Tampa Brad vibes? Maybe he's a crazy Scientologist and maybe he's a crazy Scientologist and she is just crazy. You could be walking into the middle of a mess. I mean, no doubt. But I got to tell you, if someone is being falsely accused of being a Scientologist, I would at least be happy to put that issue to rest. Now, it doesn't just because if she's lying about that, doesn't necessarily mean that if she's lying about that, that means she's lying about everything else. But it's kind of like Sudoku. You can solve what's there by solve what you don't know by looking at what you do know. If she is deliberately lying about the Scientology thing, that is at least something that is worth knowing. That's all. Okay, Caleb B says, as a former Scientologist, it seems weird to me too, to spread N theta against your ex in this way. Even though TikTok wasn't around when I was in, it seems not in keeping with the culture in Scientology to me. I agree with you, Caleb. Thank you so much for chiming in on that. I appreciate it. Court Orad. Oh my God, I love that name. That's awesome. Court Orad. Also important if the doctor has 3 minors being forced into Scientology. Do they have 3 children? Now look, any parent has the right to raise their child believing whatever they believe. I mean, that applies not just to religions or cults or, politics, but anything. As a parent, it is your right to raise your kid to believe whatever you believe. I believe parents have that right equally. I'm not going to sit here and say people who are Scientologists don't have a right to raise their kids as Scientologists. What I am completely against is allowing children to receive auditing or training children to audit adults. Completely against that with no exceptions. Okay, show me your kitties. Oh my God, I love it. I love your name. A new Scientologist knows just enough to be dangerous. They would link to things like the third party law, but they wouldn't understand that they shouldn't bring negative attention to Scientology. And that is also very, very true. Thank you for pointing that out. Blake Reed says, I won't be ignored, Aaron, at the inappropriate heifer. I don't get it. It's going over my head, guys. It's easy to go over this head, though, because it's so smooth. Okay, CDW Cauldron. Scientology would never let them put up a website at all. I agree, guys. I agree. We got to get to the bottom of this. Nero James Billion Year SP. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. If this guy knew all of this stuff when he married her, why did he marry her? Did he know all of this stuff when he married her? I've got no idea. Like I said, I haven't done like deep research into this. Kimmy McNeil. I'm a second generation kid from the 70s and the 80s. Would not risk bringing negative attention to Scientology. From Canada. Awesome. Thank you for chiming in on that. I appreciate it. Rusty, I haven't seen you in a while either, it seems like. If either were a Scientologist, they'd obviously get Scientology marriage counseling and be all happy. There you go. Brittany Van Broekel. Van Broekel. Brittany Van Broekel. Off topic. What did the fundraiser raise last night? Guys, I was hoping if I had enough time tonight, which it looks like I'm not going to do, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a video specifically thanking everybody who participated in last night's fundraiser for the SPTV Foundation. You guys raised almost $10,000. So really, from the bottom of my heart, you guys, that was incredible. And guys, we didn't even ask them to do this. Honestly, it was just truly amazing. I believe the three major troublemakers who put this together was Chad and Poe and Marilyn. But even if they were the three who put it together, and I'm just saying, I think that I don't know that for sure. Dozens and dozens of people contributed online and joining the live stream. It's truly incredible, you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for doing that. And I'll do a separate video specifically thanking you guys. All right, let's see. Scrolling down. Does it matter to you? Not to me. Says, it's greatest good for the greatest number. Families don't matter. Scientology doesn't need to be in the spotlight. The squirrels are already attacking. MAA. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Aphrodite Chicana, welcome as a new channel member. Oh, McKinstry. Yes. Is McKinstry Consulting a WISE group? I'm guessing that is, let me look it up. MC, I know a Renee McKinstry and a Mark McKinstry, and they were both SEERG members. So I don't want to assume that just because the name sounds familiar, that they are, is that it? McKinstry Consulting. There's actually many different results for McKinstry Consulting. Actually, let me see. I'm just going to check the top two and see what I can tell. Eek, that doesn't look like a Scientology site at all. No, that one doesn't. And this one does kind of look like it could be. But I'd have to look into it more. Oh, this definitely looks like a Scientology site, but I can't swear to it. Don't take my word for it. All right, guys, that is all for this for now. If anyone reaches out to me, wanting to talk to me on this subject, you guys will know very, very soon. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe